Yeah. Oh well. It's yeah. I've been getting up this week for Ripe 83. So it's always interesting stuff there. Nah, well, we didn't really do it. It just, I mean, it's all a question of what whether you have anything to test. And I was debugging the same bug for. I'm still debugging it 2 weeks later. So yeah. Yep, they're all there. Well, I set up the one for today so we can try both. Okay, so there's a link in the let me see, can I do this right? Um there's a link in the minutes that you can follow. So first of all, we do the infinite recursion, and then there's so you can follow this link here, and I would invite everyone to try that now. If you're using Chrome, you can certainly join both at the same time. I think Firefox can do it as well. The infinite recursion. And what's really fun is, let me see here, if I stop screen sharing that, then I can screen share that window instead. No, window. No, I did that. That's the wrong thing. Screen share. There we go. I could screen share the Meet Echo, which is screen sharing the whereby. So it's still an infinite recursion, but you can see there's two different patterns, right? So yeah. So if you want to try the thing, that you can join the Meet Echo. I would suggest everyone try that, and we can see if it works for people. You see, we go to the note taking tool. Right. So let me see here. So you can see this part. So if you click on this, then your video will get turned on. If you click on this, then your audio will get turned on. And there's you can raise your hand if you want to join the queue or not. So that's sort of, you don't have to join the queue before you turn your audio on. But that's so you are allowed to run up and grab the mic is the point. You don't have to be polite, but you can be polite by putting your hand up first. And then this, we almost never use slides in this one. It says there's no slides, so it can't do it. So that's fine. And then there's the screen share. So if I stop screen sharing that screen, then it would just be me. Anyone else want to turn their camera or microphone on on this side, on the Meet Echo side? Come on, don't be shy. Or is it not working? Don't be shy. Can you hear me twice? Can everyone hear me twice?
I was hearing a certain amount of echo, but I'm not hearing it now.
Yeah, I turned off one of the mics. I muted myself in Whereby, so you would only hear me once.
Perfect.
So Michael has joined, and Jerome, and Martin. So everyone is in both of them right now. So it's working for everyone. Oh, Steve, where's Steve has joined only in the Meet Echo and not in the there. So if you'd like, we continue the meeting in the Meet Echo.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Sounds like a deal.
Can
you hear me?
Yes.
We can. So we are recording now, right?
Meet Echo is recording now.
Okay, perfect. And so if you're gonna share, then I will take notes.
Okay. I'm just going to share the notes because there's nothing else to share right now.
Sounds like a deal.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
So go ahead.
You calling us to order?
Yeah.
Perfect. And let's see. We do the note well just by general reference by now. And let's see. Didn't have Michael signed in yet, right?
Sorry. Oh, Michael has to put his name down here. Oh, yes. Okay.
And you weren't signed in either, but because I zeroed the thing, I always just leave mine in. Cool. And so that gets us down to news you can use, which was just the no time to wait coming up in early December. And I'm getting from Dave Rice, I'm getting emails about that now since I'm registered. So that'll be fun. And let's see. We did do the final dates for the 2022 stellar meetings. They were approved by RID and added to the data tracker. So those should all be reasonable now. The one thing that is worth calling attention to is that we do, as usual, our November meeting was slightly complicated, so our December meeting wasn't going to happen. So we're having a meeting in between, basically the IETF in November and the end of the year. So it'll be in early December. So if you have what is it, if you have a reminder in your calendar that's for the every fourth Tuesday of the month, you might want to adjust that one. We have all of our IDs are in ID Exists. As of yesterday, the one thing was that the FFV1 version 4 draft expires soon, and I didn't pick the date on that, but I think I've seen I think I've seen two reminder emails about it expiring. So, kind of suspecting that that's this week if nothing else happens with it.
Yes, this is this week, but yeah, there is nothing to update. So yeah,
Cool.
I'll let you keep cool, not so cool, but yeah.
Michael, do we usually post these as keep alives? Or should we just wait till we have something meaningful to say?
What do you mean by keep alive? Sorry.
Just updating the thing every 6 months, whether basically just keeping the draft alive in the data tracker.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I would say we do. We should do that. And that usually winds up being Dave that posts them. So yeah, so this one should get reposted. Please, yes.
If we let it out of date, what is the impact?
You can't find it in the list. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no
It's
other
better to
real
say
impact.
we are still interested in it, but no big update, but we still want it alive.
There's no major impact. If it expires, it expires. It's just harder for other people to find out what we're working on. That's the only real impact.
Okay. So I know I said that I could work on that, but yeah, it's I didn't. So,
That's okay.
So either we let it out of date, or we update it saying we are still alive, but without any modification. What is the best option?
Just repost it. That's the best option.
Okay.
So so we're reposting -18. Okay, cool. Is there anything else we need to talk about on milestones? We've already talked about FFV1 before, and we've already and the EBML we have a plan for.
For Matroska, the original plan was to have to submit something at the end of the summer. Obviously, it's passed. I don't know the plan for now. I'm trying to get rid of the rest of the issues and pull requests, merging things as we go on. There's almost nothing left. There's still some. Probably I will work on that in December and after, but even now we can start reviewing because it's going to take a long time, I think.
It's a big document.
Yes.
It's tags, yeah, and the tags is actually 07 here, I see. Okay, so if I was looking at our milestones, we have Matroska, and is that Matroska plus codec plus tags?
Yeah, for now we're
Yeah, I think that they wind up
on Matroska.
But I think we would have to working group blast call them all together, would we? They would be related, or could we do Matroska first?
Tags and codecs and the other ones, they can work on their own. The Matroska document will define what the elements are for, and then mainly tags and codecs, they define all kinds of values that can be put in these fields. So basically, the Matroska document can exist on its own. You can even not do the tags and codec and it still works.
Okay.
So, Michael, if we were going to update milestones now, which might be a fine thing to do, just for dates.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. First thing, our Matroska dates are still April the 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Is that basically 2022?
I don't know. I don't even think it's 2022. I don't know what the right answer is. So I think the question is, are we trying to advance Matroska, FFV1, or FLAC first? I think we want to do Matroska first, but I think it depends also on, we have limited number of people and they are all working on all the documents. So
yeah. So tell us
so
what the
that's
right
my
answer
impression.
is.
I think that we're supposed to do Matroska first. It sounds to me like, yeah, we might get there by April 2022. That would not be crazy to me. But I don't know. I don't know the state of the document for that.
That would give us basically the entire next IETF cycle to finish up Matroska. So does that sound about right?
I would also put it differently. So we've managed to get a draft out, an RFC out each spring.
Okay.
Right. We got EBML out in spring of 2020, and it was published in July of 2020. We got FFV1 out in spring of 2021. It's published in August. So, at that cadence, we probably can get the next one, Matroska, out in spring of 2022.
Yeah. But I think we need to start early because either we get a lot of feedback, a lot of changes, or just reviewing the document, it's going to take a while.
Reviewing the document is going to take a while. Yeah, there's no kidding about that. So I think the real critical thing is not when we're going to publish it, but when we're going to working group last call it.
Right.
And that may be the better thing to decide.
It's hard to predict.
Well, yeah, that's why we predict early and often, right? So if I was setting this for April 2022, does that make sense?
Yeah, I would want to be working group last calling it at the end of January.
Yeah, and like I said, that could work for our milestone is actually submitting it to the ISG, which would be after we've resolved stuff in the working group.
Yeah. The one issue I have with, people reviewing Matroska, right? So we have, I don't know how many here. I'm trying to get to the bottom. We have a lot of content in, chapter 8 schema. And it's pretty hard. I would say it's pretty hard for people who aren't implementing to have any particular comments on that. And then we have the rest of the document, right? So all I'm trying to say is that you got to read the document. You got to have a high level view of the document to review it, and then you got to have a detailed view. And I don't think people who haven't written the code are going to have a very good detailed view.
Right. That people could be telling us, can we understand it? Can we imagine that we could implement it? Basically, they may not be able to provide the detailed review that somebody who's implementing it could. And that's kind of what IETF review is shooting for after the working group.
So there's some tweaks we need to make to the IANA considerations, particularly this 26.3 historic deprecated element IDs. Probably, I don't think we have a
shorter.
Well, we might put it in the form of a table, but anyway, there's some stuff here to discuss about what are the things that Matroska creates and not. So I guess Spencer and I need to read that and provide some feedback as to IANA considerations language. I don't quite understand part of it. So that's the review we have to be able to do, basically. That's the kind of thing that we need to get correct. And we should probably ask, so Spencer, what we need to do is we need to ask for something like an art area review in the winter sometime.
Okay. And that's is the right words that we're reviewing IANA consideration section for deprecated elements?
We need to review the IANA considerations period, because I think there's probably some allocations that we haven't documented there. That's the rest of the file, right? So that's what I think we have to be sure that we've gotten correct is the piece. And I think that's the part that the implementers don't have as clear a view of to what the IANA is.
Yeah.
We don't have a security considerations that I can see. All documents need to have one. Oh, it's at the top here, section 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I usually put that at the bottom, but so usually could go after section 26 or before section 26. It's probably not true that it just inherits considerations from EBML, but maybe it is. That would be might be reasonable to just say that.
Well, basically, one main attack is the rest of the data you interpret, and that would be the codec data.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean, we can tell people to be careful about the data they interpret outside of Matroska.
Okay. Michael, should we be putting issues in GitHub for this?
Yeah, I think we should be doing that. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. Am I doing that or are you?
I don't know. I think that when we get to it, we need to make sure that we have done that. So I think for now it's fine that it's an action item in the minutes.
Okay.
In the agenda.
Cool.
All right. Well, we kind of jumped right into the details of the discussion.
Of course we did.
What in the middle of doing it. So the next item is to accept the draft minutes from the previous meeting. Which
I've really got to have to move that up in the agenda.
Any objections to the minutes from last time?
Nope.
Cool.
No.
Okay, so that happened. Excellent. That gets us to the copyright issue conversation with Josh Coulson and the IETF Trust. Is that about right?
So Martin did, yeah. So Martin did start a new, and I would say that at this point we're in a good position where we could mix and match as we wished. And I haven't looked at your work yet, Martin, so I don't know whether it's better, worse, happier. I have no idea. You may just prefer it, but the point is that you don't have to worry about whether or not you want to go and take text from the previous document. We can go and mix and match as we please. Does that make sense to you?
It was very great to have the version without copyright issue, and a lot of things are very interesting in it. So we need to keep part of this document. And but yeah, also being clear that about the license. I sent a Pierre with a license, explicit license.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fine?
Yes,
to
I
merge
saw that.
it? So the email, in my opinion, is enough.
Yeah, it's enough.
And we are pretty confident that the original author is fine with what we do. So I like that the email was very positive. So maybe we can merge that, and after that we pick from Martin the interesting part when we don't need to rewrite everything. So we can pick paragraph per paragraph the interesting part.
Yes, the thing is that I wrote the thing to, completely from scratch, and I had to avoid certain parts that were in the original document. So certain parts are probably better, certain parts are a lot worse. So I cannot, I do not prefer one over the other.
But
I really think we should mix.
I think, yeah, I don't think you need to prefer it. So I think it's actually a really good thing to have gone through and done that, because, if nothing else, it's probably rewrites are usually improve things, right? But so I would say I just encourage you guys to pick and choose whatever pieces you want, and go forward, right? And maybe we're close to done. I'm not sure on that. I haven't looked at the document very much.
Oh, there's still a lot to do. But yeah, what I could do is I review the big PR and I comment about what I would like to keep, for example, and based on that, you do a specific pull request for specific items.
Yes, I think that would be best.
Okay, wonderful.
So Martin is doing the mix and match, or who is doing that?
Sorry?
I think Martin is going to respond to Jerome's comments.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will do comments saying what I would like to keep, and Martin can do specific PR about a specific paragraph instead of a big block.
Yes, I put it. I did do the pull request just to acknowledge that it is that I was finished writing it, and so you can read it. But we have to split it up into parts anyway.
Yeah, we will split that. But yeah, it is ready. The pull request is ready, so I command this one and say, okay, do a pull request specifically on this part and so on.
Okay,
so Martin,
looking forward.
I'm gonna want you to put your name forward as an author, and remove me because I was only there as a placeholder. I have no involvement here, so that we could repost it when it went stale. So I would say that's one of the pull requests you should make is please put yourself as an author.
Okay.
I don't know what info you want to. You don't have to put your street address. I usually don't. I just put my company and my country. And it's useful to have the country because we have stats somewhere about where people come from.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And I don't have any. I don't. If anyone wants to know my street address, it's already in Google. But I don't need to. I don't need to write it in stone in an RFC because I might move at one point. It's possible. Anyway,
Josh Carlson.
Josh, yes. So he didn't say one way or the other whether he wanted to be an author. I would say we should probably try to engage him a little bit more and see. But for now, let's make sure we have a document that's moving somewhere that he wants to be part of.
Okay. Yeah, about the license pull request, can you validate it so that we are clear that you are fine with it, so that I don't put a license myself alone.
Who are you asking to do that?
To you, yeah, because you got the email from Josh.
Yeah, so I shared it, so I would say it's validated. I don't know what else you would like me to do with that.
Yeah, just confirming on the PR that it is true.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I can do
so,
that.
so
we are
the,
clear
the related thing there is that what we're trying to figure out is whether Josh would be listed as an author or whether he would be listed in the contributor section, which is different from being an author. And the biggest thing there is whether when you guys have seen this happen a couple of times already, but the discussions that we have with the RFC editor, the people that are listed as authors are the ones that the RFC editor is looking for confirmation to changes that people make during the RFC editing process. So if we don't have a lot of confidence that he's going to be super responsive, we probably want to list him as a contributor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the major issue, huh? Yeah.
You would agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. That would be the major difference at this point. We can list him as a major contributor, but if it's going to be hard to get a hold of him during Auth 48, then it's just a hassle for us to get through things. Yeah, I think we should, if he wants to be involved, we should welcome him. But yeah, I've merged that pull request with the license. I up arrowed it. I thumbed it up, and then I said I'll just merge it. Okay, so it's merged. It's my action. You can blame me. That's what I'm saying.
Perfect. Michael, we could reasonably acknowledge the 10-year-old version of the documents, or however old it is, or
that's we should list the ZIF, or however it's pronounced, version of the document as a reference, and somewhere, and say this document in the acknowledgments. We should say this document is based upon document here, blah blah blah. Reference it by URL.
Is it an informative reference?
Yeah, I would say as an informative reference.
Perfect. That should get us around almost all the train wrecks. Fabulous. Cool. So
Dave Rice, hang on here. So Dave, we move to Meet Echo. Link is in minutes.
I was chatting with him. I was chatting with him, but he has difficulties to access to Meet Echo due to IETF login, and he was trying to to her and so on. So
is that not being able to log in from the data tracker?
Yeah, from the data tracker. Maybe
he doesn't have his password.
Yeah, it doesn't have credentials right now.
Cool.
Okay,
well,
Dave, please recover your credentials. And I'm hoping that you can try this out and let us know if it's working for you.
I will add him as an attendee. Bless you.
Mute all the mutes. I tried to mute myself, but I didn't get them all. All right, what else do we have left to do for this meeting?
Anything we want to talk about? We want to talk about issues.
So for FLAC, we already discussed about it, and for FFV1, it is stalled for the moment. So there is the big pull request to review.
And for Matroska, there's still plenty. I think there's some merge requests that we can merge. There's some that involve chapters that need to work on. And there are two that I'm still waiting on feedback from Moritz. I will send him an email. Actually, I managed to remove some from the list because I addressed his issues. So it's mergeable or merged already. So basically there's, I think, 2 issues that I need him to validate to make sure I'm not making mistakes. And the rest is chapter, mostly other chapters which are rarely used. That's why I think we're almost to the point we can submit a document and see what falls.
Excellent.
So I have these 2 things to do, and the rest can be merged. Which ones? the fonts that I think is addressed now. The 115.
Okay, well, we should, like, don't wait for me to merge them. Merge the PRs.
Okay. I think I waited for the meeting for that one.
Do you want us to put them on the screen? Is there enough? Do the right people here?
Well, it's a very long thread, so unless you haven't read it, it's not the right time right now.
Can you just give us the numbers then?
115 for Matroska.
Right.
And I think one I worked on recently was 555.
Was that a where is that actually? The 555? Is that
Matroska pull request? Yes.
Okay, so it's in the right place on the minutes. Cool.
Oh, you want the links? So. I can put the links.
No, that's fine. You said just I can put the links in later if we need them. I just want needed to know where to look. So if I understood what is happening, popping back and forth, it looks like Dave is actually it looks like Dave has escaped from the from whereby also. Did he make it over here?
No.
Ooh, rats.
I am chatting with him. He will send a new FFV1 alive. We are still alive.
Okay.
Thing.
Cool. And that'll be a -18. I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Is there anything else that we need to talk about today?
Not for me. Our next meeting's in January, so that's like 8 weeks away.
Not for me. Yeah. No, nothing else to say.
I have a side question about no time to wait.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
I can't answer it, but maybe Dave can.
Is it happening?
For the moment, yes, still. So it is still planned.
Have you seen today that IBC is cancelled?
I saw that. I got the email. So I don't go to IBC because it is cancelled, but our meeting is a lot smaller, only 50 participants, and we are still wanting to have it.
Okay.
So, is it fine for you to come, or
I will monitor the situation, but for now, yes. But there's a chance there will be a lockdown over there.
Yeah. The last thing they sent out said basically everything is still on and good. And please, please keep checking the travel information.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will be presenting remotely. I don't know how that's going to work yet, but I assume that there's some way to do that.
So as all is reserved and all is there, so why not being there? So for the moment, it is still planned. But in any case, we do the remote part as every year. It is just that the remote part will be used more than usual.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But at least there will be some people on site for sure. Except if there is a lockdown, but for the moment, the lockdown is only from 8 p.m. So what we changed is that the social dinner is earlier.
Don't think it'll matter to me, but good to know.
For you,
Can attend the
virtual
dinner
social dinner.
remotely.
We didn't plan any remote participation for the social dinner, but maybe we should do that.
It's
You
kind
should at
of
least tell people what to drink, eat, and drink.
yeah.
But we will have to finish at 8 p.m. For it is the plan for the moment. That is not clear. The official end of the lockdown is just 1 week before No Time to Wait, and in theory it should be open. But we know now that it may change every week. So
Right.
the plan is that the week of No Time to Wait, restaurants are open completely again, but only for vaccinated people. So we'll see. But for the moment, you can still plan to come. It is still my plan. Flights and lodging is still booked on my side. So yeah, but we will communicate as soon as we have a different decision.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
So and No Time to Work 6 will be better. I hope. I
You
hope.
don't know that.
I hope.
It's physically possible that it could be better.
But it could be also worse. I don't know. I really expected that it is over to now, but reality is different.
Cool.
Okay,
Anything else today?
No.
So we did add a bunch of action items to the minutes. So Michael and I will try to do our part and invite everybody else to do theirs. And we will see everybody that we don't, if we don't see you at No Time to Wait 5, we will see you in January. Is that about right?
Yeah. Otherwise, see you in
right.
2 weeks.
Cool.
Good. All right.
Make good choices.
Bye.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to chase down Dave's problem first, or do we want to?
I think he
Do
just
we?
can't log into the data tracker. I think he just has to remember his data tracker login.
Okay. So I
That's
can
what
follow
I
up with
understood.
that.
Yeah, we just need to follow up and make sure that he's figured it out, I guess.
Okay, cool. And I'll put that in. I'll put that in the. I'll put that in a note to the working group.
Right. And if we need to do another test run with Dave, we can do that.
Cool. Excellent. Life is good?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's time for dinner now that I've been awake since 4. So it's now 4 p.m. I've been awake for 12 hours. So that's good. I should have dinner now.
Go have dinner.
Yeah. Bye.
Continue making good choices.
I will. It's my choice to have dinner. Yep. That's my choice.
Bye, guy.
Bye.